Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, ShrimadBhagavatam267. As you may remember, Brahma wanted to test Krishna, so he stole the cows and then he stole the boys, hid them in a cave. He overpowered the boys of Vrindavan with sleep when Krishna was away, and capturing them, he hid them also in the cave with the calves. Krishna smiled to himself and said, "So, this is Brahma's game. I can play a game just as well as he can." The Lord of Lords, the Paramatma, who resides in every person in the form of the Jivatma, this universal soul, which pervades the entire world of creation, this Narayana, decided to let Brahma know that he was Narayana, and not just a child who could perform one or two laudable deeds. 167, the masquerade for a year. He was one, and he became many. He became the cowherds, and he became the calves that were grazing. He became the rope round the neck of the calf, and he became the bamboo stick in the hand of each cowherd. He became the vessels which held their food. He became their torn dress or silken garment, or colored upper cloth or white waistband, as the case might be. He became everything. He assumed not only the form of each boy, but he assumed the nature of each and every one of them, their different individual qualities and idiosyncrasies. The little army then proceeded towards Vrindavan when evening drew near. Krishna led the host made up of hundreds of Krishna, dressed differently. Each little gopa entered his house with his calf or calves. The mothers hugged their sons, and Krishna went to his house to be petted by Yashoda. This masquerade continued the next day and every day after that. There were, however, slight changes in some things, like, for instance, the mother cows would rush home and lick their calves with more affection and concern than was usual with them. They were yielding more milk than they used to. The mothers and fathers behaved the same way with their children as before, but there seemed to be a subtle difference, a silken thread of affection, some tenderness, some extra sweetness in the relationship between the parents and children was felt in each and every home. The mothers thought for a moment that their sons were just as sweet and lovable as Krishna was. The feeling was there, and they were all aware of it, only subconsciously. They did not know it, and they did not try to analyze it and seek an explanation for it. And so it went on for a year. One day, when the year was almost over, when just 4 or 5 days more were left, Krishna and Balarama went into the forest with the entire host of calves and the cowherd boys and all their accessories. While they were grazing the calves at the foot of the hill by name Govardhana, the mother cows which were on the slopes and on top of the hill saw their calves. Forgetting themselves, their hunger, and the command of the cowherds that they should not run so, the cows rushed headlong to the spot where the calves were grazing and began to feed them with their milk, which was overflowing. The cowherds, finding their efforts to be futile, ran down the slopes to collect the cows and take them back. They were bent on scolding them and beating them up if necessary. They reached the foot of the hill, and their eyes fell on their sons, who were with Krishna and Balarama grazing the calves. When they saw their sons, their hearts were filled to overflowing with love for them, and they forgot their anger and their tiredness. When they embraced their sons, they forgot all their fatigue. There were tears in the eyes of the older men when they took leave of their sons and dragged themselves away from there, with the equally unwilling cows with them. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.